Good afternoon, good morning, good late afternoon, wherever you are across the country. Some of you might even be across the world somewhere, but wherever you are, you're definitely in the know with Peter No. Man, I like that line. I'm gonna record that one again. So you're definitely in the know with Peter No. Thank you, each one of you, for always joining us every week. As this call is really designed to support you, to guide you, and to talk about certain topics that we do not get to talk about in training. So this is the best call for you to invite all your workout buddies, your bodybuilders that you meet in our community. And every week we do this for about an hour. And all these recordings are always posted on our Be Activating Telegram page, which will be updated very soon. And I cannot believe this is the third Wednesday of the month, everyone. Do you know we're almost finishing up a quarter? Does everybody know that? Denise is like, what's going on? What happened in this quarter? So today's topic, I would like to just touch on again, okay? I'd like to touch on today your daily method of operation. It is called DMO. What is your daily method of operation? Okay. And that will lead us to the second topic, which is called generations. Who here truly understands the third part of our compensation plan called the generation match? Who really gets that? Not a lot of people do. Okay. So today, we're going to talk about it. And then afterwards, we're going to always open up for question and answers. Because again, whatever sometimes you don't feel like you get answered, this is the best place to ask. And I just want each one of you to sometimes look at your camera, look at the faces here, okay? I want you all to see each other. Because last week, what did we do last week? We defined leadership, correct? We defined what leadership looks like. We defined what culture looks like. We defined what behaviors are, right? So every week, I just want everyone to know, because we're finishing up our first quarter. I live my life, everyone, for the last maybe 5 years, okay? I live my life by quarters, every 3 months. Who here has annual goals, like yearly goals? Raise your hand. Jeff, okay, Denise, maybe, Scott, Diane, Thomas, okay, Bethan is, Dave, okay. Now, who here kind of gets discouraged sometimes when you're like halfway of the year and then you're still maybe not halfway there to your yearly goals? Do you know what I mean by what I just said? Sometimes you have goals, right? You have lofty goals, but then those goals are so far ahead. They're still 365 days later, right? So then what do we do in the meanwhile? Like today, what are your breakfast, lunch, and dinner goals today, Bethan and Thomas, right? What are your weekly goals? What are your monthly goals? What are your quarterly goals? And what are your annual goals? The reason why I touch on this subject today is we're talking about DMO. DMO stands for your daily method of operation. So for example, the reason why I had to change my whole philosophy of my life is because as you move through your day, as you move through your life, do things change? Constantly, okay? Life is changes. If you are not going through changes personally, if you're not constantly experiencing change, what should that tell you? Sometimes you're not moving through life. Is that true or not true? Okay. And when I say change, I could mean it could be good changes, meaning that you could be changing, meaning you could clean up your house. You can clean the energy of your house. You could change the food, the types of food you're eating, so you're feeling better, correct? Sometimes you can change your schedule because what? Maybe new people are coming into your life. Who here knows those changes? So the reason why I'm talking about those changes is this. You can have stability in your daily method of operation. When you wake up, when you're during breakfast time, when you're building your brain, during breakfast time, how are you building your brain? You're building your brain with what? Better food. You're building your brain with knowledge, like a book or a podcast that you're listening to in the morning, correct? You could also be building your business during breakfast time. That could have stability. Same thing with lunchtime, right? And I talked about it in one of my recordings. Lunchtime, you can leverage people. You can leverage a launch. You can leverage learning. And then that will bring you to the dinner time, which you're duplicating what? You're duplicating systems. You're developing people. And then you're also doing something, you're dreaming, okay? So you notice I'm using analogies. BLD, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? Build, leveraging, duplicating. Is everybody with me when I say these things? Okay? You can write this down because I'm giving you how I had to change my mindset. And the reason why I'm talking about change is because most people think change is a big deal. Like you have to like change the way you are when you join network marketing. You have to change the way you talk when you join network marketing. Who sometimes sees that and feels that? Sometimes you don't know who you are or what it is about network marketing. Okay? Now, we're talking about your daily method of operation, how you do things constantly. Now, let's talk about change. For example, Krista, if you go out and talk to 3 new people today, and out of the 3 new people, you piqued their interest, you pre-qualified them, they watched the podcast, they decided out of the 3, one person goes, Krista, this is cool. How do I do this business? The moment someone said that to you, do you know change is happening? Why, Krista? Why is change happening the moment that you've completed that process? What is going on?
Well, when they said they want to get more information, it sets something else in motion, a different line of thinking from me to say, okay, I'm moving forward with this.
Awesome. You got it. Because the moment you have interchanged information, everyone, I want you to all to pay attention to this. This is the duplication process. When information is exchanged, energy is exchanged. When energy is exchanged, then you're just going back and forth. You're dancing. You're physically dancing with that new person. Right, Krista? I did this. You did this. I sent you this. You watched this. I showed you how to order patches. You put it on. You experienced this. Does everybody get this now? That is now change, everyone. Now, Krista, that was on a Monday. Tuesday, you invited 3 more people onto the podcast because you did another 3 peak. You followed up in another 3. And 1 more person again goes, oh my God, I'm excited, Krista. What do I do? Now, Krista, because you absorbed the first change, you understood? You knew exactly how it felt when someone watches that video. You know how they felt when they called you back. Because why? You're used to that first change. Is everybody with me? I'm guiding you through the process now of change, of how your life is going to change, because there's people that are coming into your life that will change energy. I'm going to let you all sit on that for 30 seconds. Now, when you exchange energy, Krista, constantly with people, new people, old people, people that have been in the business, are you constantly learning about people constantly all the time from that point on? Yes. That energy exchange, everyone, could be too much for some people. Do you understand that, everyone? Some people, maybe you're not used to that many people. So that's why, Krista, why do you think we just say, do the 333, 222, 111? Because we want you to adapt to change an energy in your way, in your time, the way that you move. But we want you to upgrade your daily method of operation. So when I'm telling you, Krista, what are you doing during breakfast time to build your brain, build your body, and build your business? So Krista's going to tell me, oh, I changed my diet. I changed the books I read. I changed the people that I do business with in the morning. Does that make sense? Is that a good thing? Yes, it's a good thing. Then in the breakfast time, Krista is getting used to her lunchtime now. What does lunchtime mean? This right here, Krista, we are 12:30 right now. You are learning how to leverage during lunchtime right now. You're leveraging Peter No during lunchtime. All of us, we have 62 of us here on this call, 63 now, okay? 63 of us are learning, leveraging together during lunchtime right now for 1 hour. Whatever we learn here, I know, Jenny, East Coast is 3:30. So whatever we're learning here, are we applying this now? So for example, if all 62 of us are learning how to say things, resonate with energy, ready for new energy to come, and then we get excited and we call someone. So Scott calls someone and Scott invites them to our Tonight podcast. And tonight, that person again decides, Scott, this is so cool. I like this, Scott. How do we do this? Great. Let's get you enrolled and let me plug you into a system. Now, Scott, your life changed now. Why? Because you've just exchanged information and now you're exchanging time. You're exchanging frequencies together. Now, whatever you're learning, she's learning. Does that make sense, everyone? And now, because this person now, Scott, we don't know if this is a new Marcy. We don't know if this is a Dr. Stacy or an April or a Carol, or does that make sense, everyone? But because, Scott, you've changed, you brought this person in, and what is this person is a rock star, and all of a sudden, this whole line changes. Does that make sense, everybody? Welcome to network marketing. Welcome to leveraging. Welcome to equal playing field. Welcome to understanding change. In network marketing, you cannot be stagnant. If you don't constantly have new energy coming through your line, through your environment, through your business, through your lineage. And the beautiful thing about the binary is this. What if Courtney just is here learning for the first time and he's never been in network marketing? But what if Denise D has been in network marketing and enrolls Courtney, and all of a sudden 1 month from now, Courtney sees 10 new people because Denise is a rock star and she plays people there. Now he gets to physically see new energy. That makes sense, everybody? even though he did not enroll someone, but he's part of a growing energetic team, a growing energetic leg. Does that make sense? That is the difference between being in a wrong compensation plan and a correct compensation plan, because some compensation plans do not allow you to benefit from each other. Just know that, okay? Some compensation plans, you have to work 5 to 10 times harder so you can build. Over here, we're just constantly seeing new energy, new faces, because the product works so well, because the system includes everybody every day. And we, like, for example, if Carolyn, this is her first time being part of a community like this, and Carolyn logs in and she sees 300 new eyeballs, do you think that's going to get her excited that she sees 300 new energies? And then tomorrow she calls Alan and goes, Alan, thanks for inviting me here. This made my day. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think I just like hanging out here. How many of us like hanging out here? Good. But how many of us like hanging out together and party together? Good. How many of us like to work out together? Good. That is the psychology of what we're creating. We don't care. The skills are skills. It takes time to learn that. But inviting skills can be as quick as like right now. Hey, who's heard of the awesome pizza restaurant that just opened up next door? Oh, you don't like pizza? Okay, don't come here and eat. You love pizza? You got to come here and eat, right? Hey, did you check out the new salon that was down the street? Oh my God, they have the best service. They have the best organic shampoo. You got to check out their head massage over there, right? You guys get it, right? Come. Hey, did you see this new team growing online? They're just having fun. They're just talking about light and technology, and everybody's just looking younger and just smiling all the time. Oh man, I don't believe it's true. Show me. I challenge you. Go. I'm gonna text you a link. I want you to get on here at 9 p.m. Eastern time, okay? Get on here and you tell me how you like it. Are you guys getting this now? It is just a roller coaster fun ride in life. We're just learning how to make new friends. We're learning how to prioritize our breakfast, lunch, and dinners now. We're learning how to share valuable information, and we're just seeing now who matches up our energy so we can do change together. Now, am I giving you boundaries to be stern? Yes. I'm giving you permission to have boundaries. I'm giving you permission to take care of you. So that's why you have the discernment of picking who you like to work with. Remember that. You have the discernment to pick your bodybuilders. You have the discernment to pick out your workout buddies. I'm just giving you information to decipher what you want to discern with. Does that make sense? So, Peter, how do you run 20,000 people organization? I don't run 20,000 people organization. I run 10 calls like this a week, everyone. 10. I only work with 10 of my closest leaders. Why? Because my 10 closest leaders in the future will train their closest leaders, 10 of them. And then in the future, when we all, my first generation, which is my 10, can take care of their second generation, which is their 10, how many are on the second generation? 100. And then if those 100 are duplicating because they're watching what the first two generations above are doing, and if they like what they see, and then they're going to duplicate, 100 times 10 is what? 1,000. 1,000 times 10 is what? 10,000. You guys get the numbers, right? Peter cannot take care of 20,000 distributors, but Peter and Marcy can create a system where 45,000 distributors can communicate. We are in the communication. Does that make sense, everybody? We are all individual distributors. We're all individual business partners. But we're all, just think of it as we're all individual franchises. Remember, we want to own a business model that can help people. And once you help people, that will equate to money, right? We're all individually learning how to communicate together, understanding a system, and going out there and sharing technology. Is that pretty cool to say? And I'm telling you, Thomas, Bethan, Carolyn, Marion, you don't have to go back to college. We're not going back to school. This is the school of life. This is the school of life. And the only thing we're learning here is what, again? Behaviors, how to be. Now, notice I didn't say we're not changing our character or our values, correct? We all have individual characters and values, but behaviors can be all the same. What we do, how we invite, how we drive the car, how we cut hair, all that could be the same. Does that make sense? That's called duplication, right? So now we got the daily method of operation down. So I want to ask each one of you, how many hours are you putting into Lifewave every day, every week? And I want next week, I want you to define it for me. I'm going to define it for you the way I do it. Okay. Does everybody know how many hours I really work in a day? No, Scott's like, no. I work about, this is 1 hour right here. So check off 1 hour, right? Tonight, there's the patching podcast. That's 30 minutes, right, Scott? So that's another 30 minutes right there. I have personal calls, like launch calls, 30 minutes each, and I do about 1 to 3 a day. So just add another hour and a half. So an hour and a half for this, an hour and a half for launching people. Am I, Scott, in 3 hours to 4 hours a day, am I constantly doing money-making activities? Yes, I am. Why is that? Because I'm constantly talking to new people. Did everybody understand what I just said? If I'm constantly talking to new people and I can schedule it in a very methodical time that works for me, that means my whole day, day in, day out, I'm just doing things that are moving me forward constantly every day. Does that make sense, everyone? I don't let other people bombard my schedule. Meaning, if I don't like you, if I don't like your energy, I give you boundaries to block everybody off. Because my breakfast and lunch is very important. Because if you put me in a bad mood, thousands of people are going to be affected by that one person. Does that make sense, everybody? So I want you to protect your energy for the future of your teams. I want you to be so strong, and we're going to do it together. This is all we're learning together. I'm telling you this, right? I don't think a lot of leaders will say, oh, don't work with some people. No, you better make sure you work with the right people. And the magic number here is what? 6 and 2. 6 and 2. You just got to learn how to find 6 workout buddies, and they better make sure that you like these 6 people, because one out of those 6 or 2 out of those 6 one day will be your bodybuilder. You're going to be traveling together. You're going to be spending time together. You're going to be building together. You're going to be exchanging energy together constantly. So do you want to exchange good energy or do you want to exchange bad energy? I like to say we all like to do good energy, right? Good energy. So everyone, my constant daily behavior, I just told you, okay? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Scott, I just told you, I work between 3.5 to 4 hours a day. I do this, my busiest time of the week is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So I really like to work 4 hours a day, 4 days out of the week. When I say work, everyone, again, what does work mean? I am constantly in front of people leveraging work. So this 1 hour time, I can speak to 64 people. During the patching podcast in 30 minutes, I can speak to 200 to 300 people. So do you think we make a difference to the world by less time, more impactful? Save your energy for the right people. Constantly, you have to remind yourself every day, and our gym will teach you that. Because I like to, in the beginning, the hardest part in the first 90 days, everyone, if you're just coming to this gym, if you're coming into this industry, the first 90 days to 6 months, the hardest thing is to detox, deprogram, unplug your old ways of how you used to do things. Let me repeat that again. The first 90 days, the hardest thing is to deplug, unprogram your life. Because why? Because now you're going into a new gym. Yeah, it's like breaking up. Who here ever had a hard breakup with their spouse, boyfriend and girlfriend and wife and husband? Raise your hand. Good. Go through that feeling. That's how hard it is to deprogram bad companies, to deprogram bad behaviors. Remember, bad behaviors are hard to break. Good behaviors are hard to make. Bad behaviors are hard to break. Good behaviors are hard to make. It takes time. That's why this system, we don't put a lot of pressure on you. We want you to grow into this organically. Does that make sense, everyone? The first, yeah, Leola, duplicate. Duplicate, take your time to grow through this process, okay? Remember, you're trying to define 6 new partners. That's 6 new relationships. Now, let me ask you this. Do you hear people saying, oh my God, I recruited 5 people today. I recruited 20 yesterday. I recruited 100 this month. I'm going to ask a serious question. Great for that person. They're going to make money, but I feel bad for the 95 people that don't get attention. Does that make sense, everyone? What I'm trying to say? I'd rather you take all your time and develop yourself and develop the people that are there and take 90 days, grow through that motion. You're always going to enroll people, but you're always going to split your time, okay? The more people you enroll, the harder it is to give your time to those people. And if you don't have a system to communicate with them, we are doing a disservice for them. We're going to lose them. That's like saying we signed up 100 people into the gym and there's only one trainer. That one trainer cannot physically train you, tell you where to go. Make sure that you're not hurting yourself through the process. Make sure that you're using the tools properly. And in our community, we got a lot of baby boomers. Okay, baby boomers, they like to take their time. They're relaxed. They're retired. Who here wants to come out of retirement? Okay, it's a different story, right? So I like to deal with quality over quantity. I like to do yoga. I like to go slow. I like to stretch the muscles. okay? And I like to develop people. My favorite thing here is getting aha moments. What is an aha moment? When Jeanette listens to something and she goes, aha, right? That is an aha moment. When Carol listens to something and she goes, aha, I learned something. And then she applies that. And when she applies that, that person goes, aha. Does that make sense? That is the duplication process. You don't ever want to we don't ever want to be the team that just pounds people in and we give them a bad taste in the mouth, and that would duplicate also. You understand that, right? Look at all our leaders. Everyone says, build relationships, build relationships. That is the common denominator here. And it takes time, energy, and change to let people in relationships. Okay. And I will tell you straight up, again, if you're not a people person, but you're here, great. That means we know you want to change. But internally, if you're not a people person, if you don't like people, then you're in the wrong industry. But if you love people, you are in the best industry. There is no other industry that will reward you for being around people here. Okay, this is it. Now, let's talk about generations. So the generations is called generational match. If you're brand new here, I suggest you watch the compensation plan video, okay? So on the compensation plan video, what is the first way we pay you? We pay you when you bring on people, when you sell a package, okay? Number one. Number two, when you start selling packages, you have two options. You put them on the left, you put them on the right. You put them on the left, you put them on the right. You put them on the left, you put them on the right, okay? That means you're building your residual business by cycling. That is the second way. The third way, this is the legacy money, everybody. This is the real duplication going on here, okay? This is the train your skill sets. This is holding each other's hands 3 generations down. Why? Because is this. If I enroll Marion, Marion's my personal. Marion has to look to Peter. Marion has to look up to Marcy and the person above Marcy, right? That is it. Marion has support of 3 people, but guess what? That's called generations. Because the first 3 generations, whatever Marion does, 3 people above her are benefiting 20%, 20%, and 25%. Does that make sense, everyone? That is a huge deal. So now 3 people above Marion are going to make sure that when Marion brings in her first person, for example, if Marion enrolls Krista, right? That means Krista, you are Marion's first generation. That means Marcy, Peter, and Marion are going to help you build your 2 legs out. We are in constant communication. Krista enrolls Carolyn. Get it? Now, Carolyn is your first generation. Now, we got to make sure that Marcy, Peter, Marion, Krista is going to help Carolyn now learn what she needs to learn so she can build her 2 legs. Now, Carolyn enrolls Jeanette. Does everybody see what's going on here? The 3rd generation, the generational match, all it means is this. If you can teach others what you have learned yourself by building your own residuals, David Schmidt wants to reward you forever. That's why that relationship, once Marcy knows when she enrolled me, she knew if Peter sees this, Peter's going to do whatever he has done already before and times it more. Whatever Peter makes, are you ready for everyone? Whatever Peter makes, Marcy will earn 25% forever. If Peter makes $100,000 a month on the cycling, on the 2 legs, the 50-50-50s, you can do that 500 times a week, which is 25,000 a week times 4 weeks. That's 100,000. Marcy already did that. 3 people above Marcy are earning 25%, 20%, 20% off of Marcy's $100,000 a month. I'm saying this to you today because I want you to truly understand, when you bring in your person, make sure that sometimes a lot of people like to buy 2 accounts, their accounts for their mom, their sister, their brother, their children. And then when you do that and they enroll the right person, that's a worker. And what if they don't work? What if they decide to just sit there and block you? You can possibly lose 1 generation of income. Did everybody understood what I just said? For example, if Peter enrolled my mom, Peter enrolled mom, and Peter wanted to build mom's account, and then Peter gave Marcy, and I enrolled Marcy, but I gave Marcy my mom to enroll Marcy. Is everybody with me? What if Peter's mom is not doing anything? So that means Peter is losing, and then Marcy makes 100,000. That means Peter loses 25% off of Marcy, and then Peter's going to earn 20% from Marcy. But then Peter loses a whole nother generation from Marcy's personal and her personals. Is everybody with me? That could mean possibly millions of dollars for your future because you've enabled someone, or you didn't understand the compensation plan, or you just give up your enrollments. How do you fix that? I'll show you how to fix that, Jeff. If anybody is in that predicament, if anyone has done that, don't worry. That's why I'm coming in to help you now. We're going to have to fix your legs. It's called fixing your lineage. We're going to have to really do, and I'm telling you this, I'm training you on this, is because I have to fix this to quite a few people that joined us in the first 90 days. They were so excited, but they didn't understand breaking the old behaviors, because that's what they used to do in their previous company, which is sign up mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, whatever, and then give up their better enrollments for their mother, brother, sister, cousin, whoever. And that blocks it. Over here, we're blocking it. Does that make sense? And I know quite a few of you here have blocked yourself from the future. So just make sure, reach out to me, get with me or Marcy or whoever your enroller is. Let's fix that, okay? Because the reason why I'm going very hard on our trainings now is we're going into the next 6 months, April, May, June, July, August, September. The next 6 months is going to be your rocket ship month. We're done with the preseason. We're ready for playoffs now, because we're going to be graduating in October at convention. So I'm giving myself, everyone, I give you 6 months to fix what you maybe you didn't know, to adjust things that you might not know and that you're knowing now, and to apply what we're learning every day. I want to fix everything to be money-making behaviors, to be really good behaviors, okay? So everyone, do you have a better understanding how powerful the generation match is, okay? And that is called your lineage. So I want to clear up one thing, everybody, okay? One thing. For example, everybody has a position, a circle. If I enrolled Krista, Krista enrolled Carolyn, Carolyn enrolled Marion, that is called a lineage. We are connected to each other because we enrolled each other. Now, imagine if Marcy is above me and she enrolled Diane and she put Diane under Marion. We can use Diane's volume to rank it to cycle, right? Everybody on that line can use that, but we cannot use Diane's volume to rank advance because she is not in Peter, Krista, Carolyn, and Marion's lineage. We did not recruit. She is in Marcy's lineage because Marcy enrolled her and placed her under one of our legs. Does that make sense, everybody? There's lineage volume and then there's placing volume. You can use placing volume to cycle. Volume is volume, okay? That is free volume for everyone. But to rank advance, you physically have to go to work. You have to enroll that person has to enroll that person has to enroll that person, and all of our volume, because we enrolled each other, we can use all that volume to rank advance, okay? That is called lineage volume, your line. There's a difference between lineage volume and placed volume, okay, everybody? I wanted to clarify that. So, Diane, do you have a question with that? Or your hands are just up?
So, Peter, is there someplace where this is sort of on a whiteboard to be able to see it? Because as I'm enrolling people, Pat Tom taught me, so I go to my binary tree viewer and I keep going, you know, left, right, but if I know
Correct.
somebody's really going to be a builder, or I'm hoping they're going to be a builder, well, I'm putting them on my left because my right is already kind of strong. But
you just answered your own question. You just answered your own question. If you're right, you put your builder on your weaker leg, because if your other leg is strong, don't you want to catch up on the other side?
Yeah, but don't you also need a personal
Oh, yeah, you need
builder on your right
two
side?
directors on the left and the right, yes. So you first need to identify your builders on each side, everybody, okay? Make sure you're placing it on your, do you always place, yes, you always place outside, everyone, okay? Outside legs. Let me do a little, let me do this. Let me do a share screen so we can have a visual, okay? Let's do that today. Boop. Show keyboard, www.lifewave.com. Boop. Make sure, Diane, can you see me and hear me? Can you see
Yes.
the screen and hear me? Okay, good. I'm just on my iPad, so I want to make sure we're making sure we're good. Okay, Peter. Cool. Boom. Okay, everyone, I'm going to show you an outside left and an outside right, okay? And I'm going to show you what placements looks like, okay? So lineage volume is just from your personals, okay? So if I go to organize one, go to your last tab, it's called Enroller Tree Viewer. It's the last tab, okay? And I'll let it load up to go there. If it is. Come on. Okay, let's go to binary tree view. Okay, it's just the internet slow here. Let's see what it's gonna do. Oh man, internet can't be that slow. Okay, it is kind of slow. Okay, so everybody, let's see where it goes. Okay, right here. Everyone, this is a tree. This is my tree, okay? So Diane, you can see the blue box, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the green box is my left, the blanks are my right. The blanks, that's called outside leg, everyone. The green, the blank, and the blank on my left, that's outside leg. You see that? You never put someone on their inside leg, meaning if I'm looking at the left side, you never put someone on the right. If I'm looking at my right side, you never put it on those plus signs. You just focus on your left, outside right, outside left,
Okay.
outside right, okay? Now, pretend, okay, my blue box, pretend the person on the green, I did not enroll them. Okay, Diane, that green person, I did not enroll that person. That person was placed under me from my upline. Okay. Whatever that person in the green brings in my volume, can I use that volume to cycle the 330 or the 660?
I think so.
Yes, yes, yes. I can use all that volume, whatever this person brings in, I can use that volume to cycle. But if I did not enroll that person, that's not my first generation. Does that make sense? That
Okay.
person is not my first generation. So let me do this. That's not my first generation. She's not part of my lineage. The next person that I enroll, that I put on my left, that could be my first generation. Does that make sense? Because I personally enrolled them.
So you can keep making first generations.
I'm going to go to organization, and I'm going to go to the last tab, everyone, which is called your enroller tree. You see this, everybody? This is all my first generation. Now check this out, okay? I'm going to do this. I'm going to click on right here. I'm going to do this, okay, everybody? I'm going to click on this person right here, on her, Sally. I'm going to click on her. Once I click on her name, all the people she enrolled, look at this, are going to pop up. That's my second generation. Are you seeing this, Diane?
Yes.
Now, Diane, look at this. I'm going to go to her tree, and I'm going to click any one of her personals. Okay. And then they're going to open up that generation. So I can see everybody's first, second, third generation by clicking on organization and enroller tree viewer. Now, whatever they do for their volume, whatever they do, whatever in your lineage, whatever volume they bring in. So for example, again, I brought in this person brought in this person. What if the 10th person, Diane, okay? What if the 10th person is a Marcy and that person brought in 1,000,000 points? You could, everyone, whoever is that lineage, whoever is part of that lineage, you can use all that 1,000,000 points now to become an SPD. Did you get that, Diane?
Yeah, thank you.
Because you enrolled this person, I enrolled this, and this, and this, and this, and then it found you, you found the rock star. All of us now can use the lineage volume to go to SPD. Now, if Marcy, Diane, if Marcy brought someone and placed someone under you, and that person is a rock star and brought in 1,000,000 points, can we use that person's volume to move up to SPD?
You can use the
No.
lineage. Yeah, you can use the lineage points, but you can't use it to move up, right?
Correct. I'm giving you an example. If Marcy enrolled someone and put it under you, you cannot use their volume to rank advance. You can only use their volume to cycle.
Okay.
Okay? I'm very direct, very clear with this. Does anybody have any questions on this? Raise your hand.
Thank you.
Maya, you have a question?
Hi, Peter. Yes, I'm wondering, why do we not place under the workers versus outside? Because I'm in that situation where I'm on someone's inside, but I'm a worker. And then other people that maybe are not workers, they're getting people placed under them. And it feels a little weird.
Okay, I know it feels weird, Maya. It's just, okay, just you have to understand It is called structure. So unfortunately, like this is not a unilevel. Just know if you were a unilevel Maya and if you enrolled 10 people, it would look like 10 individuals. You would never be able to place anyone under those 10 people anyways, because you have 10 wide. So
Right.
I'm teaching you, we're breaking it up. Now, everyone, you have to break the legs up. And you, Maya, you're only responsible for what? Your 2 legs, the outside leg and the outside leg. Now, those people now, Maya, have inside legs, right? Inside. If you place someone on the inside leg, now you have outside, outside, and an inside. Now you got 3 legs now.
Got it. Yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah,
And when you place someone on the inside leg, you have to continue to build that leg out. But then that's not fair to the left leg and the right leg, because you're only responsible for 1 leg of your partners. Whoever decides to build, they're responsible to build the opposite leg. That means they're telling you, if they're serious, then thank you, Maya, for letting me be part of your 1 leg. Me and you are going to build out 2 legs, but I'm going to focus on my other leg now, because you and I are focused on the opposite leg, the outside leg.
okay,
That is the language and that is the messaging. Now, the problem with binaries before, because leaders used it to say this, Maya, come join me. I'm going to put you on a power leg. Come join me. I'm going to put you on the strongest leg. Come join me. You're going to have people under you. That has ruined, that has broken the binary comp plan. That messaging has broken the network marketing industry. Now, do you understand why? Because we're convincing and we're posturing. We're posturing people to give them something like a false hope. Come here, I'll give you leaders. Why do you think Marcy and I, that never comes out of our mouth? Because we want each one of you. You are responsible for your own business. Now, you're responsible to find out who you work with also. So that's why nobody can own anyone. It's your job to find out people that you're working with that are strong. So what is our system teaching you? We got to teach everyone to be strong. We got to teach everyone to be each other's legs. Does that make sense? Now, some of you are more blessed because you know other people that might build faster because they have a bigger network. You can all benefit from each other from that. Some of you might be stuck in an inside leg somewhere, okay? The company now is allowing, if you don't get support, call the company and ask them, hey, can I be moved to an outside leg or something? Get it, everyone? But if you're on an inside leg somewhere, you got to fix that, okay? You got to call the company. They're allowing, if you're not getting no support, they want you to have support. So call them, let them know. Does that make sense, everyone?
good to know. Thank you.
Okay. So did everybody understood what I just said with Maya, right? You don't build 3 legs. You got to only build 2, but your responsibility when someone tells you, I'm ready to build, boom, you're starting a brand new leg with them. But that is the defining moment of your leg. That is your leg. Okay. Thomas, you have a question?
Yes, a couple questions. This is Beth Ann.
Yes. Hi, Beth.
What you just said made me come up with a different question. So if someone calls in and says, I'm on this inside, I need to be moved to an outside leg, would they actually end up going to the bottom of the outside leg and essentially not, if they were number 1 that you'd enrolled and now they're going to be number 700, that's where they're going to go, right?
No more. Actually, but they can't just let you move if you don't have anybody under them and you made a mistake by putting them on an inside leg, then they'll let you move it out, okay, Bethan? If you
But
made a
that would
mistake
be
of moving
just immediately, right? Not
immediately with the first 1 or 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, yeah.
better. First
Okay.
5 days, okay?
Okay.
First 5 days.
Thank you. So then my other question is, when we talk about 6 relationships, 6 you like, and we talk about everybody just needs 2. So I know, so am I 6 technically really going to be my first generation 6, and then I'm going to
Correct.
help them build.
Correct.
Okay.
And the 6 are, again, people that you have gone through the process. They're on auto ship. They're coming to the podcast. Now, out of those 6, you just want to make sure you identify 2 that are going to be manager. Now, if all 6 of them are going to be managers, hallelujah, kudos to you. I'm giving everyone the minimum. I'm giving you the bare minimum number, which is 6 and 2. If you do 12 and 4, is that awesome? If you do 18 and 6, is that awesome? Yes, it's all
Well,
up to you, right, Beth Ann? But go ahead.
but if you have someone that's used to building the old way, and they say, I just want to go wide, I just want to go wide.
You can't go wide, meaning you can enroll as many as you want wide, but they're still going to be structured in 2 legs, left, right, left, right, left, right.
But would you not say to them, yes, but you want to build a relationship, a deep relationship with 100 people?
That is again, whatever I teach here might rub leaders the wrong way too, everyone. I'm just letting you know, because my philosophy is really depth. Okay, I believe because I have personally enrolled 7 presidential directors here. I will be, by the end of the year, I should have, or in the next year and a half, 12 senior presidential personally enrolled. You only need 2. Now, I'm the type of person, I don't like to give birth to someone and not take care of them.
Right.
And that's been the problem in this industry. So if a leader teaches you, go recruit, go through the numbers. Yes, go through the numbers, meaning go through the recruiting phase. But then when you're so good and you can enroll people, then you make sure you give them your time. That's all I'm saying, okay? You're gonna go through numbers. Some people can handle more, some people can handle less, but I can promise you, I know time. There's nobody that can over here can recruit 100 people and take care of 100 people in a month. I promise you that. You will lose people. And then that will leave a bad taste to the community. It will leave a bad taste to our system. It will leave a bad taste to everyone, right? And then when people are lost, oh my God, I joined this team. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. Nobody knows how to support me. Nobody knows where to find information. Does that make sense to everyone? We see it. We hear it. I know what's going on in the whole company. So I just say we want to be different. We want to be different. This is how we can take care of each other. So Beth Ann, go through the motion. Great questions. And yeah, we're good. I'll see you soon.
Yes.
Any questions? Anybody else? Go ahead and unmute yourself. Krista, you want to ask?
Yeah, I have all my personally enrolled, and then at one point, are people putting their personally enrolled under somebody else?
They have to, because it's a leg. They're
Okay.
always going to go under someone else.
But doesn't the computer just do that when, I mean, they're still personally enrolled. So when I look down, I'm looking down, I can see my personally enrolled 2 down, but I'm not physically saying, well, I want this new person to be under somebody else.
Oh, so the being someone else means that because it's a 2 line, someone above you is putting people on that same leg. So it just goes into sequence order. First come, first serve.
Okay.
Great question. So again, everyone, you just got to understand left is left, right is right. If you're on a strong leg where there's constantly people enrolling, Krista, you're going to see a bunch of names that you never seen before. That is a blessing. Hallelujah. Free points, free people, right? That's how you have to look at it. So you're in a good place. Karen.
So if I find a second generation business builder, can I
Correct.
place my next person under them to support if they're on an inside leg?
No, you never place your people on your inside leg. That is their job. They're building that inside leg. You cannot break your outside leg and put people on your inside leg.
But it's my second generation builder.
Okay, let me understand this right here. Let me understand this. This is very important, everyone, okay? We gotta clear this up.
Me,
So let me understand it. What is your second generation look? So basically, you have
me.
you enrolled. Who did you enroll? What's her name?
So
Mhm.
I have me, and then I have
Yep.
Rhonda, who
Okay.
is me, and then Rhonda
Okay.
enrolled inside Sydney. And then Sydney's my second generation business builder who wants or is looking for support. Do I help put my people under her?
No, you
Okay.
cannot put people under Sydney. You cannot. Rhonda and Sydney have to put people under Sydney. Rhonda and Sydney, your job is yours. You keep on feeding Rhonda's side, but you're supporting Sydney. You have to keep on feeding your left side, but she's in your inside leg. You cannot personally enroll someone and put it on the inside leg. That means you will be building two legs on the left side now, Karen. Did you understand that? You gotta understand. I want to make sure. I want to make sure you really get that. Let me get a pencil. Let me get a pencil.
You might have to use the whiteboard in the.
I'm gonna learn how to use the whiteboard on this thing. This is cool. I saw it.
Because when you use a piece of paper, it doesn't always show up well.
I know. I'm gonna learn how to use this whiteboard, but I want to see if it works. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe on the next time. Yeah, I don't think it's working. So, Chris, I think everybody can see this. This is you. You have a left and you have a right. This person has a left. This person has a right. Okay. Oh, cool. Lifewave pen too. I don't know. We're good. So this person has a right. I hate to, you have, damn, what happened to all these pens? So Karen, this is you, your left, your right. You got to keep feeding this leg right here. If you break it onto this leg, you're building 1, 2, 3 legs. And then you got to continue to build this leg if you feed it. And that's wrong. Unless you're strong enough, but I'm just telling you, some people do break it, but then you're breaking the whole leg. Does that make sense, everyone? So you don't want to do that, okay? I know it's kind of crazy, Karen, to think, but just think of it as a unilevel. Even if we're building unilevels, you cannot build 10 legs anyways. That's why in the unilevels, the most that you need is like 4 legs, but you're spreading 4 legs out. Over here is 2 legs. So you just want to feed the 2 legs. Once they're in the inside leg, that person and that person has to support and build that leg out, okay? It's the beauty of it, but it's also a catch-22.
Can I
And
add
we're going
something?
deep.
Can I add something that I feel
Yes.
kind of helps with a visual? So the way I was taught was it's like a big Christmas tree. So you're building the outside right and the outside left. And also when you go to binary tree viewer to sign somebody up, you're presented with bottom right or bottom left, bottom right, bottom left. Then when you've signed up your people, you always tell them, you know, you may have some other people signing up on your outside leg, because if anybody's above you or below you, that's where you'll get some extra juice. But your responsibility is to build your inside leg, and then they balance. Yeah, I mean, and then you'll explore the balance of 2/3 and 1/3. So at any one time, either your left or right leg might have 660 and the other one 330. That's when you cycle.
Why don't
Yeah.
we do this, Deborah? Why don't we do this? Why don't we, next week, I want to use a whiteboard. I'm going to get down and we're going to talk about this one in depth, okay?
Okay, that would be
Really
great. That's a
in-depth.
great idea. And to have a whiteboard that, if it could be a whiteboard that's shared on the screen, so it's big.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
And
thank-
I want to make sure we answer
I have
all
to
the
go.
questions for next week, everyone. So I'm giving everyone this week, write down all your questions on the comp plan, on the binary. Next week, we're gonna talk about it hardcore, okay? I'm gonna make sure we have a good video. So I'm just telling everyone, I'm going back and I'm seeing a lot of confusions. So I wanna make sure we give a good time next week and we'll talk about it. So time is
I think
up.
it's great, because then people, I think using this hour for real nuts and bolts skill building about how we build our teams and how we make money. And so maybe people could explore the business site, so you have some background when Peter explains it next week. So going to the startx39biz.com, you can see it visually explained.
So Deborah, you're gonna be my co-host one of these days for sure. Okay, so
Thank you, Deborah.
thank you, Deborah. So everyone, this week we covered a lot of stuff. In the last month, we covered 3 weeks, we covered a lot. Okay, thank you, Tina. I want you to just absorb it, go through it, and now we're gonna go into the technical part. Okay, we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty of numbers, understanding them, PV, BV, preferred customers, go down to the comp plan, the cycling, the packages. I'll take my time now, and I want to make sure so we don't get confusion. And this is the best training so we can interact. Our other trainings, we can't interact because we're making a recording. This one is not, this one is between us, okay? So it's a private gym time. All right, everybody.
Peter, will
Tonight,
you
I
be here
think,
next
go
week?
ahead.
Will you be?
I'm here next week, one more week. I'm here one more
Because
week.
they said
then
that the
I'll be in-
office is closed next week,
That's the office. This is my office.
but you'll
so
be
I'm
here.
opening up my office.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I'll be here. I'll be here. And even when I'm in Vietnam, everyone, I'll be in Vietnam and I'll plug in here. I don't care what time it is. I want to show everybody that we can build this business all around the world. I want to show everyone that my phone is my business, okay? As long as I have internet, I will always be with you. So it's been another great call. I love you all, and we'll see you later tonight. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Peter.
The
You're
webinars
welcome.
tonight.
Thank you,
Peter.
Peter.
The
See you
webinars
later.
tonight.
Thank you.
Good call.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.